So it's easy for us to go in with the intention of buying bulk bread, salad, orange juice and eggs and walk out with an air fryer and a pair of jeans. Has that happened to you? Hey Zesties, I'm Michelle May and welcome back to my channel, Zesty Girl. Today I want to talk to you about how to save huge on your Costco haul. And if you've watched my channel for a long time, you know that I'm always balancing up whether Costco's worthwhile compared to ALDI, compared to the other supermarkets, etc, etc. Now, if you love Costco hauls, I've probably got about 15 on this channel, so you can watch them down. I'll put a playlist down below. But what I've figured out in the last 3 years, I think, since I've been going to Costco, how to really choose the items that are really worthwhile and how to avoid the ones that really take the savings that you do make and basically write them off because we get trapped on something else. So I have identified a few things that I want to talk to you about. So if you want to talk about Costco and how you can save money, yesterday I saved $200. Let me show you. I can just show you on the size of the receipt. Look at that. There we go. That's how much extra I bought last time. Okay, so let's do this. So do you go to Costco and come out spending more than you intend to? If the answer is yes, then you are not alone. We all do that. And even with the best intentions and even with what I know, I still do that as well. So why is that? Let's go through some of the reasons that is. Now, number one is actually it's not even gonna be number one. I'm gonna make it number zero because we all know this. So this is not any great knowledge. But do not go to Costco when you're hungry. You need to eat a lot of food before you go to Costco because you do not want to be guided by the fact that your stomach's saying, I want that thing so badly. Okay, so we need to eat a big meal before we go. And I think that's for any grocery shopping really. And also too, try not to go when you're really tired because that makes it difficult to be strong and hold off those temptations. Right, okay, so that's number zero. So what's number one in avoiding the traps that make us spend more money than we want to or than we intended to? Okay, number one, the Costco warehouse, when we walk in, looks like a warehouse. It looks like you're bulk buying. It looks like somewhere where it's behind the scenes and it's just gonna be at cost price and it's just gonna be such a saving. So that's sort of the look of the store sort of tricks our brains to start with. Okay, so number one is don't be fooled by the look because yes, there is some great bargains in there, but you have to track them down because not everything is a good bargain. Another trap, number two, is that they've sort of got you in that mindset that you want to spend money before you go because you've paid, say, for us it's $60. So you've paid $60 for the membership. So in your brain, it's like, I've got to get as many bargains here to get my money's worth. And that sort of mindset can really set you off on the wrong foot. So that's another sort of trick. The whole membership thing actually makes us spend more. So there are tricks to sort of, in your mind, get your membership back really quickly with products that are really good, and so that then you can get out of that mindset for the rest of the 12 months. That's just a suggestion, that's what I do. I don't know if you've noticed, but trap number three is there is just so much variety, and you're probably not even aware of this unless you think about it. What store do you know where you can buy a really flash engagement ring, a soda stream, the best leggings ever, baby cucumbers, seafood, eggs, washing powder, toilet paper, water, ice cream, and the latest Adidas shoes. Oh, and a garden shed, and a basketball hoop. I mean, there's a lot going on, right? So it's easy for us to go in with the intention of buying bulk bread, salad, orange juice and eggs and walk out with an air fryer and a pair of jeans. Has that happened to you? So it's sort of designed this way, knowing that the layout of the store too, there's random stuff everywhere, so we can impulse buy so easily at Costco. Not to say you shouldn't get the book, not to say you shouldn't get the pajamas, but just saying that this is the reason that we get to the counter to pay for our purchases and we're like, how do we just spend $800? How do we just spend $1,000? So this is how. This is the very subtle ways that we get trapped along the way. The next reason we get trapped is that we see other people's trolleys, and we see other people's trolleys and everybody's trolley is full, and there's always so much buzz and there's always so much hype and there's always so many queues. So you figure out you've got to get some of this, and you look at other people's trolleys and you go, oh, I wonder what that is. Where did they get that from? That looks like such a good deal. So we're sort of led to believe that we need part of those great deals. We need to get some of those great deals. everyone's buying a lot, so we need to buy a lot too, because otherwise we might miss out, and we've come all the way anyway. So let's stock up as much as we can, which is my next trap, which is bulk buying. Bulk buying can be a real trap, and I see a comment I made to Jess on my last haul that I did yesterday, and if you haven't seen it, I'll link it up here, where I had specifically asked her to keep me away from buying things that I really didn't need. She was going to be my little conscience with me to say, no mum, you said you only want to stay focused on what is the best deals at Costco in food for our family. So that was the goal. Okay, so if I could buy it cheaper at ALDI, I was not to buy it yesterday. So one of the comments I made to her along the way, and I was watching it when I was editing, was, oh, this halloumi cheese we got last time, I loved it. It was really great because we almost ate it all. Almost ate it all. Well, that's the thing. I bought the halloumi cheese because it is normally expensive, halloumi cheese. So I got this big one from Costco, which was such a great deal. But if you only eat half of it, it's not really a saving. So beware of bulk buying where you're not even going to get through most of it by the time it expires. Example, things like the big mayos. Like if you're a family that eats a lot of mayo, then that's a great deal. But if you're someone like us that really prefers just mayo on occasion, then that would not be a good deal because it's not going to last. But then if it's things like non-perishable, like toilet rolls and that might be fine. Having said that, the toilet rolls are cheaper at ALDI, or can be, or even at your local supermarket when they're on special. So the toilet roll thing, yeah, I'm not convinced, except that you can buy it in the big thing and it's easy to carry rather than walk out of ALDI with 5 times 4 rolls, which should be so annoying to juggle. And have I done it? Yes, I've done that. Okay, so the next trick is that we see a shampoo or we see a product and we think, wow, that's a great price for that product. And it probably is a great price for that product. But if we were presented in a general supermarket with, say, 20 products rather than, say, in Costco with 3, would we be choosing that product anyway? Or would we be choosing the best at the cheapest price? So for example, like shampoo, I can see Pantene shampoo at Costco is a really good buy, but would I be buying Pantene shampoo? Or would I find on special a different brand that would even be cheaper than that somewhere else? Did I explain that well? I don't know if I explained that well. Anyway, that's another trap. And have you noticed how everything's stacked so high? And the whole place is abundant with things. So we feel so happy to take our share. I think that also is some sort of trap as well, that we feel like we're not inconveniencing others by taking more than we should. And we saw this during last year, that the whole don't take more than you need thing. Whereas at Costco, it's sort of, there's so much of everything that it's like, yes, take what you need and stock up. So you're getting a great price and it's good for your family. That's that whole sort of feeling. I think there's a little trap behind that too. Okay, and another trap is pre-packaged, chopped up things like vegetables, convenience foods, convenience meals. Have you actually really stopped to think about whether they're actually really that reasonably priced? I know they're convenient and convenience food costs more, but when you actually look at it, it's like, it's not really a good saving. But if convenience matters to you and it's helpful that your meat is marinated and that type of thing, then I think that's probably good value to you. But there is a significant extra price that we're paying to have these meals be so convenient. And you saw that yesterday in my Costco haul with the broccoli, the chopped up broccoli. I wanted it and I did get it. And it's because it's so convenient for me. But it would literally take me 5 minutes to grab a head of broccoli, chop, 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 and throw it into a bag. It would be half the price. So yes, so that's another trap to be, not to avoid necessarily, but to be aware of. The whole place is set up for impulse buying and we need to be aware of it, I think. When I was thinking about this video, making this video for you, I was actually thinking about all the things that I have in my home that I've purchased from Costco. And there's quite a few that I really didn't need and that I probably really shouldn't have got. For example, my spice rack. I just thought it looked amazing in the store. It was on its own on the shelf and I thought, oh, I need that. How great would it be to have this gorgeous spice rack that spins around? Do you know what though? I can't stand it. I think it's annoying. You have to hook the things off the little hooks. It's small. They can't get the stoppers out of it. It's just the most annoying spice rack. And that's the other thing. Because we're there, it's just like, I don't want to have to go shopping again. I know I can get these other items cheaper, like when you start to get all your vegetables there and you realize that it would have been cheaper to go to the veggie market or the markets or ALDI, but you're there doing your Costco shop, so you start to buy. That's one of their most important things, but you're there anyway, so you start to buy everything else as well for convenience. And that's when you realize that you get out of there, and yes, you've got all these incredible savings, but you also have paid too much for other items that you could get elsewhere cheaper. Like maybe that's your shampoo, maybe that's your pasta sauces, that type of thing. So you have to just be really mindful. And toothpaste and things like that, sometimes you can buy it cheaper elsewhere. So just be aware of the one-stop shop, and because you're there at Costco grabbing all your bargains, you think, oh well, I'll just pick up the other things that I need as well. No, stop, don't do that, because that can make a huge difference, because there's a lot of items that are quite expensive there, that because they only carry, as I said earlier, certain brands, so you're paying more than you would if you're at your ALDI supermarket or your Woolworths for us, or Coles, or your other supermarkets. So what can we do about the traps so that we don't walk out spending more than we intended to? So what I've worked out for myself is, what is a good buy at Costco for me? What is a real saving and what isn't? And the reason I do that is because if you go to Costco and you pay for your membership and you go to buy bulk items, which is good for our family because we have a large family, and you're saving all this money, you want to make sure that you don't take the money that you're saving and you don't make so many random impulse buys, that all the money that you've saved that you could utilize elsewhere has gone on these random items that you didn't actually need. Do you know what I'm saying? So what we want to do is take the savings and the really good deals that we get from Costco and walk out with savings and walk out having saved money. How can we do that? Well, I practiced this yesterday and it worked. So I saved about between $100 and $200 yesterday. I haven't figured out the exact amount, and I won't probably until I get to ALDI to do the next part of the shop. But definitely $100. And I went through my receipt, and as I put everything away, every single thing that I purchased was a great buy, except for the broccoli, except for the cut broccoli. And when I went through the video editing too, I am so glad that Jessica was reminding me to not purchase things impulsively, because there was 2 v-neck t-shirts, a black and a white one, that I was going to purchase. When I got home, I went through my wardrobe and I have about 6 v-neck black t-shirts and probably 3 white ones. So that wasn't something that I actually needed, and it would have been a waste of money. Were they nice? Yes. Were they cheap? Yes. Did I need them? No. But I'm just attracted to them because I'm like, oh, I wear those. Oh, that's a great price, but I didn't need them. So to save money, here's some suggestions. One is, as I said in the beginning, make sure you've eaten. Number 2 is really think about the things to your family that are of value to you. For example, for us, because we have a lot of real food and we pretty much a gluten-free household, because I'm having to make gluten-free meals for 2 of the children, eat a lot of almond flour, coconut oil. So all those things are really expensive just generally in life. So Costco have them at a really great price. So things like almond flour, coconut oil, chia seeds, avocado oil, all those items, I save so much money by buying them at Costco. Dark semi-sweet chocolate chips, cacao powder, all of that. I can't buy those items really cheaper from anywhere else. So those for me are the biggest savings, and that's probably why I go. Big bulk toilet rolls are convenient. They are a great price, but I can buy them probably cheaper sometimes from somewhere else, but they are convenient to buy that way, so they are a great buy as well. So you need to really understand your great buy. Things like rubbish bags are a good buy there as well. The tortilla chips, the big bag of tortilla chips, they're a great buy for us, for our family. Water, the sparkling water is a great buy. The frozen broccoli is a great deal for us, though I could probably do the same at ALDI. I'm happy to buy just as good, but I don't want to buy things that I can get cheaper at ALDI. Big bulk tins of tomatoes, they're a great price at Costco. The gluten-free bread, the gluten-free rolls, I can't get them really anywhere else. They are the best price, so that's really great for us as well, gluten-free products. The gluten-free fish I can't get anywhere else, so that's also important for us to go and get. Baby cucumbers, grape tomatoes, those bulk ones that I buy, best value. Okay, so I think that's covered it really. I think that has covered most of the things to avoid. And then of course, if you choose to buy, spontaneous buy or impulsively buy, then feel great about it. But know that you're making that choice, not that you're just grabbing things along the way like I often do. And get home and go, how did I spend $1,000? Did I really need that? The laundry baskets. I saw last time I spent $40 on laundry baskets. These foldable laundry baskets. I thought they were the coolest thing when I saw them, and I impulsively bought them. I did not need them. From the dollar store, I could have bought 2 baskets and they would have served the same purpose. That would have been $10. I would have saved $30. Okay, so you get the gist. I didn't need to do a lot of those things. Okay, so that is all. I hope you enjoyed this video. It was just I just decided to do it randomly because it's on my mind. I'm going to ALDI now to try and make this whole shop so much cheaper than normal. So it's sort of on my mind. So I thought I'd share it with you. Okay, so thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please give it a thumbs up. Please leave your comments about this down below so we can have a discussion about it, a conversation about it. And I look forward to seeing you. Did I say subscribe? Please subscribe. And I look forward to seeing you on the next video. See ya. Bye.